Hey, what it is a crime book. What's it doing here? These are not autobiographies. That shouldn't be in this section at all. What's it doing in this section?
Oh, hey.
Oh, wow. That's really changing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She hit the retro gaming store this week. That's the third business. And with everything opening up, Jim, I don't know what to do.
Did Claire have any suggestions?
Yeah. Yeah, she said that I should drink less and that I needed to get plenty of rest and that she got the phone as quick as possible.
Well,
She thinks I'm out of my mind.
then, what's the plan? What are we going to do?
Well, when I heard that, the next store got hit, and these are all stores that I frequent, so I just thought maybe she's, trying to get attention, showing out.
Like with the hair.
Well, yeah, exactly. And so I figure, I tried to make her a peace offering. Figured maybe I could say, like, I see you, okay? I wrote a little romantic story with her and Sully, and then I put it in the drive. So I just figure maybe if she wanders in there, she'll stay.
You write really good pornography.
Yeah, I write amazing pornography. So hopefully it'll work, because I said to Claire the other day in the call when I was, starting to really fire on the cylinders, that I was going to have to kill her. And I can't do that. I mean, I love her too much.
You love her. She's wrecking your life.
Well, yeah, but even murderers have mothers that love them. I don't know which minuet this is, or from what story she came from, or where her mind is, but I made her what she is. And, maybe I have been avoiding her. It's not easy to write really dark things about something that you love. Maybe I have been avoiding her.
She's not real, Ruby.
Yeah, I know she's not real. Hey, Wally, what's up?
Ruby, it's Wally. Yeah, things are good. Things aren't good. We've a problem. It's your books. They're multiplying. I can't explain it. I don't know how it's happening, but they're popping up. They're popping up all over the shop. The Minette Nero books are just everywhere. Every day there's more of them. Other books are disappearing. The whole psychology section of the shop has disappeared and been replaced by Minette Nero. The children's section is disappearing. I have customers coming in and falling over boxes of Minette Nero books. Yeah. Look, you know the way I was saying that Zeph is partial to the LSD? Well, at the moment it looks like we're all on LSD. This is just, it's not explainable. I don't know. It's like I'm going crazy. I walked into the bathroom yesterday. The bathroom that substitutes as a kitchen and also an office. I couldn't get in. It was full up of Minette Nero first editions. They're everywhere. Something is happening here, and it's defying the laws of physics. And I can't take it.
So it's gotten worse for what? The hell? Oh, don't say goodbye or anything. That's fine. Just walk off. Every person in my life sometimes. Okay. You want my attention? You've got my attention. You want to frighten me? I am frightened, okay? But it's not enough to invade someone's space and take the things that give them comfort. If you want someone's attention, You have to have something to say. Like, what are you trying to say to me? To the people in my life? John? Stella? Molly? Come on, girls. John? Where are the people in my life, Minuet? Oh God. Oh my God. This isn't real. This isn't real. Do you hear me? Okay. Okay. Maybe I'm not real. Maybe everything is changeable, okay? But my husband's real. My dogs are real. This isn't real. You're what's not real. This isn't real. None of this is real.
How are you lads? Me again with another little video. On this week I'm going to talk about a book of my own. I brought it out recently. There you go, The Hydra Syndrome by Daithi Kavanagh, and it's about a man. Maybe some of you know, maybe some of you have the book, but it's about a man trapped in a house in London during a pandemic, set in the future in about 20 years time, and his name is Oisin Maguire, and he's looking back over his life. And it's you know, the book is a number of things. It's, you could call it a kind of a love story in many ways, and it's you can think what you like out of a horror story, dystopian novel, disaster story. It's a lot of things. So I'll just read this part anyway. And it starts with a quote from Johann Sebastian Goethe, who was a German philosopher, and this quote is from a book he wrote called The Sorrows of Young Werther. I have so much in me, and the feeling for her absorbs it all. I have so much, and without her all comes to nothing. Now here's my writing. I wouldn't compare it now to Goethe. 8th of June. I wake up with a shock as a barrage of rockets go flying overhead and strike nearby. Boom, boom, boom. Then a second round of explosions erupt, demolishing a neighbouring street. I pray to God or whoever that when my turn comes, the rocket will strike the bathroom where I'm closeted and vaporise me before I even know what has hit me. Leonard Cohen was spot on when he wrote something along the lines of, I'm not afraid of dying, I'm just afraid of bleeding. But just don't tell me when I'm going to die. Do it like a thief in the night, as they say. Of course, like any self-respecting drunk, instead of trying to protect myself from the falling rockets, my hand simply searches around for the bottle of Valium and another can of lager. As they used to say back home, the only job the next morning is to get stuck straight back into whatever you were drinking the night before. As I said earlier, the old hair of the dog. By God, and I made good use of that pishog during my latter day drinking career. Every time I had a hangover from the period after I left prison, I went straight for the bottle. Life became steadily impossible. I had gone to prison in the hope of redeeming myself for the murder I'd committed, and of course the expectation that the selfless deed as I saw it might breathe life into the pipe dream that Joan and myself could live happily ever after. People are very naive when it comes to romance. Goethe had warned us about trying to reconcile our fantasies about love and real life. He had plenty of forewarning about what happened to young Werther after choosing to live life in this regard with his head firmly tucked up his arse. And that's exactly what happened to me. I'd come back from Switzerland with a head full of nonsense about romance. I saw myself as a knight in shining armour, galloping to sweep Lady Josephine off her feet and away to safety. And what did I end up doing? I ended up murdering another two people because I'd felt my manhood had been stolen from me, just like Werther, because I'd over-romanticised the situation. I destroyed the very thing that I'd loved. And that's just a little bit from a chapter in my latest book, The Hydra Syndrome. You get a chance, get into Wally's and buy a copy, and see you all again. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Wally, for the invitation to share these couple of poems with you, taken from a cluster of poems with a title of Down on the Farm. The first poem goes after this fashion. Thick cuts of home-baked bread with a large dollop of strawberry jam, strong tea poured into a TK lemonade bottle. Find the sunny spot of the hayrick. We loved holidaying at Granny and Grandad's. Even though we were far too young, he allowed us to take turns driving the old grey Massey Ferguson. Grandad was our superhero. We learned how to reverse a book rake under a cock of hay, distinguish a cuckoo call from that of a curlew. Every day was a brilliant day. He was our Lord of the Woods, pointing out sycamore, ash, beech, and elm. He was a bashful man. He loved to talk about nature's works of art. For instance, there was a fairy ring in a nearby field. We saw it from a distance. That's far enough, he'd say. Early mornings, in dew-covered fields, we'd watch pheasants spring out of long grass. Education like this, never taught in our school. And the second poem is titled, Don't Worry, he'd whisper, it's clean dirt. Following Grandad down that grown-up pathwalk, slipping on a fresh cowpat, Grandad would whisper, Don't worry, child, it's clean dirt. Hold tightly onto that aluminium bucket's wire handle. Make sure to keep it on an even keel, not spilling a grain of wheatmeal. The meal mixed with water from a close-by spring well, ground by Grandad's hardened hands, fed both chicken and pig. On return, the bucket was filled with turf to build the night fire. Waste not, want not, Grandad's motto. Grandad was a dab hand with an axe, chopping just enough wood to burn until sleep time. What thoughts we cherish of times spent with Grandad. Never a cross word did he utter. Life's lessons learned in fields of gold, by glowing firelight. As we rambled through mushroom-covered fields, he would never tire of questions asked. Walking solitary boreens, driving cows home for milking, we strolled and dreamed in silence. Living in this artificial civilization, in the sunset of our years, remembering the perfect excellence of times long past and Grandad. Thanks again for the opportunity, Wally, and good luck to you and Red Books, and we will catch up again in the not too distant future.
Hello everybody, and I hope you're all enjoying the fantastic show organised by Red Books and the wonderful Wally O'Neill. Red Books is the best bookshop in Wexford Town. It really is. The best bookshop in Wexford Town, Red Books. And I want to thank Wally O'Neill for inviting me to take part in the shows. I really enjoy singing in the shows and recording the videos for them. Now, tonight's song is an Irish song, and it's based on a poem by W.B. Yeats, and of course it is The Isle of Innisfree, one of my favourite poems and songs. And apparently the story behind The Isle of Innisfree is that W.B. Yeats lived in London for a while, and apparently he was sitting on a canal bank seat looking into a fountain or a stream. I think it was a fountain he was looking at on a canal bank seat, and he happened to see the fountain bubbling, and it made him very lonely for his home place of Sligo. And of course it is said that he wrote his very well known poem The Isle of Innisfree, and here is the song version of The Isle of Innisfree, written by W.B. Yeats. One of my favourite songs. I've met some folks who say that I'm a dreamer, and I've no doubt there's truth in what they say. But sure, a body's bound to be a dreamer when all the things he loves are far away, and precious things are dreams unto an exile. They take us o'er the lands across the sea, especially when it happens he's an exile from that dear lovely Isle of Innisfree. And when the moonlight peeps across the rooftops of this great city, wondrous though it be, I scarcely feel its wonder or its laughter. I'm once again back home in Innisfree. And this song also featured in the wonderful film with John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara, The Quiet Man. Brilliant film, my all-time favourite. I wander o'er green hills and dreamy valleys and find a peace no other land would know. I hear the birds make music fit for angels and watch the rivers laughing as they flow. And then into a humble shack I'll wander, my dear old home I tenderly behold. The folks I love around the turf fire are gathered, on bended knees the rosary is told. But dreams don't last, though dreams are not forgotten, and soon I'm back to stern reality. But though they paint the footways here with gold dust, I still won't choose my Isle of Innisfree. And here is a line that actually featured in the film, The Quiet Man. Oh, Innisfree, my island, I'm returning from wasted years across the wintry sea. And when I come back to my own dear Ireland and rest a while beside you, Bromacree, and precious things, our dreams unto an exile, they take us o'er the land across the sea. Especially when it happens he's an exile from that dear lovely Isle of Innisfree. And when the moonlight peeps across the rooftops of this great city, wondrous though it be, I scarcely feel its wonder or its laughter. I'm once again back home in Innisfree. I'm once again back home in Innisfree. Well, I hope you enjoyed that lovely Irish song. It's one of my all-time favourite songs. When I'm asked to sing a song at different sessions and music sessions, that's one of the songs that I would sing. And that was, of course, the very famous I Live in Is Free. And it's based on the poem by the well-known poet W.B. Yeats. And just to let you know the story behind it again, apparently when W.B. Yeats was living in London, and he was sitting by a fountain in a park, I think, and he saw the fountain was bubbling, and it made him feel very lonely and very sad and lonely for his home place of Sligo. And it was from looking at that water fountain that he wrote that poem, The I Live in Is Free. So I hope you enjoyed my version of The I Live in Is Free. Good night, everybody, and I hope you all enjoyed the show. Good night, everyone.
I like big books, I cannot lie. You speed readers can't deny. When you get stuck with an itty bitty text, you read it real fast and you're on to the next. Give me Gone with the Wind or Dutch Chivago, War and Peace. Here I go. Walking down the hallway, heading to my classes. I'm looking for a girl wearing glasses. She's got what it takes to please. A library card, no eye disease. Take her home to meet my mother. We break up and catch her reading with my brother. My heart's broke, but it don't last long, cause